Hey folks, I don't have enough time today to record a full episode. I've returned to this set of woods on the edge of a very, very old park in the town I live in. And the last time I was here I dug that gold ring, remember that? But it was further up the road next to a field. This is still part of the same park. And as you can see, there's this line of fir trees, the same sort of thing. Here they are on this side too. So, yeah, these big beautiful fir trees are just all planted, obviously have been planted by hand. And that tells me, I assume, that at one point this area here must have been all open. It seems strange to plant trees at the edge of a forest, right? Decorative trees, so this must have all been open field at one point, probably part of the park a long time ago. So I'm just puttering around, and I just uncovered something odd. It's not old and it's not valuable, but it's interesting. Have a look. Now I'm not sure what it is. I already cleaned it off. I think it might be a token for people who are in like Alcoholics Anonymous or some kind of substance abuse recovery program. Dr. Bob, Bill W, 1 year, Unity Service Recovery. And I don't know, it also sounds a little bit culty, so I'm not sure what it is. To thine own self be true. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. I'm not sure what those two letters down the bottom are. So I don't quite know what it is, but I will do some research on it. Rang up pretty high on the knocks, and it's definitely metal. I think it's probably zinc with some sort of plating on it. But it's neat. It's cool. It's interesting. It'll go in a coin flip and it'll have a little story to tell. Cool beans. I'll look into this and figure out what it is. At the signpost up ahead, the Twilight Zone. Neener, 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 neener. See for yourself. That's another one. I have no idea what these things are. The other one said 1 year. This one says 5 years. Or V years. Does it say the same thing on the back? Yep. What is that thing down the bottom? Can't make it out. Trademark. Well, I imagine as soon as I get home, I'm going to find out what this is. I hope it's not something really creepy or sad. I hope it's just something to help people get out of like substance abuse or something. I'm wondering why there are two of them just thrown here. One that said 1 year, one that said 5. The fact that I found two, now I'm starting to wonder, am I going to find a lot of them? I'm going to have to poke around here and see what else pops up. How strange. Not much to speak of on that hunt. 53 cents. The 3 pennies are all wheat pennies. That's weird. Those two strange tokens, I'll have to research those. And this isn't anything special. It's not even old. This is a little booze bottle of some kind, 50 milliliters. But I just like the shape of it, so I think I'm going to clean that one up and keep it. And the spoon was not even today. This is just a stainless steel spoon I dug up at a different hunt earlier in the week. Didn't shoot any video of that one, and you can see why. So, yeah. All right. Nothing much. A little something. A little something, something. See you on the next little something, something. Yeah, I'm back here. Can't seem to stay away from this place. I love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And as you know, I've been hunting here for a couple of years now, so finds are starting to get really, really spare. First time I was here, right on this pathway, pair of colonial cufflinks, right on top of the ground. Insane. This has been a wonderful spot. The people who live here have been super kind to me. Very, very generous. And this little spot right here, these rocks, I've sat here many times and rested. the last time I was here, I believe I shot some clips of me puttering around right here, right in this area. But I missed this one. Have a look. It is a little tiny flat button with beautiful patterning on it and a silver wash. So it has some silver like plating on it. You can see the pattern, it's quite lovely. The back is pretty shiny. Looks like the shank snapped off a long time ago. Button's probably made of bronze or copper, maybe brass. Was giving all kinds of crazy signals. I don't know, man. Just when you think a piece of ground is hunted out, it surprises you. Today, all I've been digging is melted aluminum and shell casings. You know, bullet shells, rifle shells, shotgun shells, scads of them. And this sounded just like a .22 casing. And I almost didn't dig it. I was getting kind of discouraged. The same as, oh God, do I really want to dig another .22 casing? Yeah, you gotta dig it all. Dig it all, man. Dig it all. Whew. I mean, I have an immense list of finds from this place. You know what? I have it tabulated. I'm gonna put it up in the video. So you can see what's come out of this beautiful, beautiful place. All right, history awaits. Let's see what else there is here. I am getting a little tired. I got my one flatty. I'm happy. That's enough for me for one day. One flat button is plenty. But I'll put around a little longer. We'll see if something else. See if the ground gives up another secret today. History awaits. God, it's gorgeous here. Well, I'm out in the woods now. Been at this for a long time. All I'm digging is ammo. Bullets, shotgun shells, head stamps, bullet casings, all modern, nothing old. Getting a little discouraged again. And then I'm right here on the trail and I got this. See, it's an 82, 83. '81, '82, about 4 inches. 4 inches is a little shallow, but remember, I've found colonial relics on the surface at this location. So I'm thinking, right here, we got something. Now, I hate to curse it with a live dig, because it's probably going to turn out to be a bullet somehow. And whatever it is, it's right there. Let's go get it. And let's hope for a nice old coin. Something from the 1800s. Maybe a nice large cent. That would be beautiful. God, I'd love to find one of those again. Been a while. Now we're in the woods, so we don't need to be as neat as we would if we were out in grass. Oh, still too dry to work in grass. Oh. Could just be a bottle cap or something. But for now, I can dream. Drape bust, Spanish real. Never dug a real. Oh man, would I love to dig one of those. Alright. Alright, let's pop our plug. Anything popping out at anybody? I don't see anything. Hopefully it will be in the hole and not in the plug. Nope. Right there. What are you gonna be? Please be something old. Don't be a modern no more. That's silver. That silver tone shining out at us. Whatever it is, it's silver. Must be a dime. It fell out. You're getting to see it same time I am. Is it a Merc? Yeah, it must be a Merc. Kind of filthy, isn't it? But it is silver. Yeah, that's a Merc. Alright. Well, this looks like a job for Chuckin Squirt. Let's clean this puppy up and get a look at her. Woo! On the board with silver. Okay. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's loosening up the dirt. Can you see the date? 1925. That's an oldie. That's funny. The last time I was on this trail, the first time I dug silver on this trail, a couple years back, it was also a Merc dime. It was in 1923. How the hell did I miss this one? Let's find out if it's got a minty mark. Sorry. So hard to do this. There we go. Okay. No mint mark. 1925D. Lovely. Beautiful, beautiful piece of history. Whew! We are on the board, baby. On the board. Tired, but on the board. We got a beautiful flatty today. And a silver dime. Let's see what else there is here. Must be more. Working my way along this cart path here. I was about to cut off the cart path over into there when I got a nice solid 77. Immediately I started thinking, ooh, King George. Not a King George, but very cool. Have a look. This is a lovely button. It's very heavy, and when it came out of the ground, it was very light gray, so I began to think, probably a pewter or lead button. I've touched it up a little bit with a little bit of, a little bit of skin oil, because that will bring out details sometimes. As you can see, it's got this sort of forest pattern, these crosses and like ferns, and then on the back, very strong shank and pretty clear back mark. It says Robinson's Extra. I assume that means extra gilt, so it was probably a gold gilded button at one time. That's lovely. But it's super heavy. I've never felt a button this heavy before, which leads me, well, I have, but every time I have, it's been pewter or lead. So I'm wondering if this is a really old pewter or lead button, but I've never seen one with a back mark. So I've got a little bit of research to do on Robinson's Extra. See if I can find out just how old this little lovely is. But it is gorgeous. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous button. Nice, huh? Well, so ends another wonderful hunt on this property. 2 years of hunting, and it's still kicking out relics. It isn't like the early days when every single swing turned something up, but there's still stuff here. And maybe if we can get on that other property across the street, I'm sure it would be nice. Maybe we get back to those early day feelings when we were just taking up things left and right. We'll see. We'll see. The lady there seems a little sensitive about our lawn. We do have some finds today, so let's wrap it up. Pretty short list, but it is a sweet list. We got one little silver dime, 1923 P Merc. This rather interesting square nail I decided to keep. And some boutons. Right, we got that lovely ornate silver washed cuff button there with no shank. We got this one, this very heavy button with a shank, the Robinson's Extra. And that's just a little leather rivet, a rivet for leather. Decided to keep it. I'm not sure why. That's basically it. That, and of course, lots of junk. There's always lots of junk. Oh, and this gizmo. I don't think you saw me dig this. I don't know what it is, but it's heavy as heck. I'm not sure what that is. We'll check that out later. Ugh, let's see if one of my friends can tell me. Yeah, alright, so that's it. Alright, I guess that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I've enjoyed having you along with me. I hope you'll hit that like button, that subscribe button, and I hope that I will see you on the next hunt. Well, we're back at the beautiful 1760 property today. I hope you guys aren't getting tired of this place. I know you've seen me here many, many times, but it just keeps on giving. I do have some new places lined up and some new leads lined up, but they're just not places I can get onto today. And my time is limited because I'm a live-in caretaker, so I only have certain times that I can get out and hunt. So anyway, we're back here at the 1760 property. We are in what we've been calling the cutout, which is this area right next to the Red War graveyard, which was originally all brambles. Big high brambles, and last year the owner cleared it out, and right after he cleared it out, ripped up all the brambles, I got in here and we found just so much amazing stuff. Our 1650s French Liard came out of here. We had a matron head that came out of here. We had a braided hair that came out of here. We had a 1738 King George II halfpenny that came out of here. We had bridle rosettes, flat buttons, a Civil War infantry cuff button that came out of here. So many wonderful things have come out of here. And I've hunted this cutout numbers of times. Lots and lots of times. Tracy's hunted it. Digger Dave has hunted it. Deep Metal Marsha has hunted it. My friend Mike, the greatest man who ever lived, he's hunted it. My buddy Bill, who unfortunately we haven't seen in a long time because he has a problem with his back. Hi, Bill. I hope you're doing well. Love you, buddy. But all those people have hunted this cutout. And I just found something. And and I think it might be something good. And even if it's not something good, it's still amazing that no one's found it yet. So let's talk about it a little bit. Right here by the edge of the road, which is where I am, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of road trash here. You know, there's people driving by, they throw crap out their car windows, and, you know, if we wander around and look, we'll probably see, I mean, I pick it up whenever I see it, but if you look around enough, you'll see, like bottle caps or cigarette butts or things like there's a scrap of paper. Get that out of here. Plastic or something. So there's a lot of road trash here. Also, there's a big telephone pole here. And so there's a lot of EMF noise, and also little bits and things that have been dropped by the telephone workers or the utility workers. So there's a lot of trash here. So it's a hard area to hunt. I just unearthed a coin. Now this coin is ringing up high. It's ringing up high like a dime, or not high enough to be a quarter, but way higher than a nickel. And it's too big to be a dime. And it can't be a nickel, not for the way it was ringing up. Have a look at this. Here it is. Let me shut this thing off. In situ. We've had a lot of rain, and, you know, I'm here in the cutout, so this is just all sort of crabgrass and weeds and lots of pine needles. This particular area had no grass growing on it, but look, there it is. Now, I have not extracted this coin yet. All I've done is uncover it. It looks to be about the size of a nickel, but for the way it's ringing up, it can't be a nickel. So my hope is, let's extract it. We're going to look at this together. My hope is, it's too thin to be a nickel, that when I flip it over, perhaps the other side will be in better condition, and we'll get a sense of what it is. Here we go. Nope. It's clearly an old copper. It appears to be farthing sized. It's about the same size as that 1650s French liard I dug. All right, so give me a few minutes. I think we have something special. Give me a few minutes. I'm going to toothpick this coin, and I'm going to get back to you. That's amazing. Here. Right by the road. I'm parked right there. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. All right. I'm going to pause you. I'm going to toothpick this, and hopefully it's going to be something awesome. It clearly does not look like a modern coin. It does not have a reeded edge. It's not a quarter. It's too small to be a quarter. I think there's a little something there. Okay, we're going to toothpick this. Stay tuned. Oh my God. It's a half cent. Not a British half cent. It's a US half cent. Oh my God, I've never found one of these. Look, look. There, see on the back? Oh, sorry. Check it out. Half cent. Unbelievable. We've been all over this and we haven't found this yet? Only 3 inches down. Oh my God, look at that thing. I'm not sure about the front. I know there's a bust. I saw it for a few seconds, and then it kind of disappeared on me. Can you see it? I think it's a drape bust half cent. I can't see a date yet. Okay. Oh my God. I don't know what to say. All right. I need to work on a little more. Hang on. You're going to have to forgive me. Yeah! Woo! It is a drape bust half cent. It's an 1806 drape bust half cent. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right here all this time. All this time. I mean, this coin has been waiting a long time for me to find it. And for the last 2 years, it's been looking up at me going, man, what is wrong with you? Pick me up. Oh, check this out. It's so awesome. Not particularly valuable, obviously, in this condition. But to me, oh, what a find. Check it out. There you go. See it? 1806. Look at that. There's the draped bust looking off to the right. Here, let me, I think if I rub a little skin oil on it, it'll bring out the high points on the coin briefly. Let me try that. Gross, but effective. Yeah, baby. Look at that. Oh, she's beautiful. 1806. Half cent. And down here in this area that's all covered with crud, there's a fraction that says 1 over 200. To tell you that this is 1/200th of a dollar. This is my second drape bust coin and my only American half cent. I've dug half cents. Oh yeah, this is my first American one. 1806, baby. It's 2019. In 2006, this coin was 200 years old. Holy moly. I gotta tell somebody. I gotta tell the landowner. I may run next door and tell the people next door. Hunted over there before. Wow. What a find. Whew. Yeah, I gotta check this hole. I'm not greedy. Alright, there's nothing else in there. I'm gonna check though. Alright. Well, we certainly have an episode now. This may be the whole episode, for Pete's sake. Wow. What a find. I'm speechless. I'm going to be for the rest of the day. Yeah, so I'm still grinning from ear to ear. I was so excited, I sent the homeowner a text. I sent him a text message saying, I'm having heart palpitations, John. And then I started typing out the next message because I was going to show him the coin. He thought I was really having heart palpitations. So he came running out to find me. And I was like, no, I'm so sorry. But when I showed him the coin, he was really excited. And he was so happy that I had found it. So I've made a decision. I'm going to put together a display case for these people. Because I have pulled hundreds of finds out of this property. And it's only right that they should have something, you know. I mean, I know we gave them the William B. Kerr Sterling Grotesque, that beautiful hat pin from The Silver Demon. If you've ever watched that episode, go back and watch it if you haven't. That's an amazing find. And we also gave them the big Krale bell and a few other things. But I think it would be nice to put a little display case together and put some papers in there saying, you know, this is what this is, this is what this is, and this is something nice they can keep on their coffee table and show people, you know. Thumbnail. Woof. That's awesome. All right. Well, this is not as exciting as the last find, of course, but it's still pretty cool. I'm still hearing the tear out. I had a one-way signal. Usually those are junk. Don't like to dig them. Very often they turn out to be nails, but we gotta give this one a go. It sounded a little funny, and I'm glad I dug it. You should have a look at this. Check this out. That, my lovelies, is a dinner knife. This is part of the handle, and that is part of the blade, and as you can see, it's almost completely corroded away. From the condition, you know, how much of it is gone, I would have guessed pewter, but you can see the rust, so clearly it was an iron knife. And it looks like there was a wooden handle on it at one point. See that? That nail held the wooden handle to this part of the shaft. But yeah, that's a dinner knife. And in the same hole with it was this little piece of ceramic. You find a lot of this on old farms, old properties. Lots of little bits of broken ceramic from dishes and things like that. Anyway, sorry about all the wind. But that's pretty cool. That's a piece of history. I'll take it. I'll take that all day. All right, we're gonna keep going. Maybe I'll get out of the tear up today. I don't know. Seem to be doing okay here. Right by the road. Anyway, cool. History awaits. See what's next. Sometimes when you're on places like this, if you get the opportunity to hunt property this old, sometimes it's worth it to just put the detector down. Walk around and eyeball the ground. Not just to get the lay of the land, but there are artifacts that are not made of metal, and they surface over time. You know, marbles, pieces of bottles, all kinds of things. This isn't like amazing. It's just an example of what I mean. I was just walking along, and that's just peeking right out of the grass. Now, is that something valuable? No. It's just a tiny little piece of ceramic. It's part of a dish or a saucer or something like that. Most of the glaze is gone. You can see a little tiny bit of it on the corner there. See it? But it was just lying on the surface. So, there you go. You know, there are things to be found here. Just on top. It pays to stop for a moment and look around. Every time I go down to check a signal, after I'm done, or even before I dig, I just look at the ground. I just look all over. You know, especially in places like this where you have some washout, you know, where you can see water has flowed over this and revealed things. Among these pebbles, you might find something that you weren't expecting. Good piece of advice. That's a piece of advice from your Uncle Chuck. All right, let's see if we can find something else. The day is young, amazingly enough. You remember what I said about eyeballing the ground, keeping your eyes open? Look at this. It's just, you know, well, at first glance you might think it's a stone, but then you can see it sort of has a square edge to it. Been there a little while. Too regularly shaped, so that doesn't look like a brick. And then I turned it over. Oh. There's a 7. So this originally had numbers carved into it. I wonder what it could be. I do declare that at some point in history, there must have been a broken tombstone, and the graveyard keeper or whatever just chucked the pieces over the wall, and it ended up here in, well, what was originally brambles. It's not the first time I found a piece of a tombstone at this property, as you know. That's interesting. No way to tell whose it is, unfortunately. All we have is one digit. Yeah. Just look down. You never know what you're gonna find. Okay. Well, we're out in the woods now, and I've learned something interesting about this little cart path. What I can tell you is that, a long time ago, over 100 years, maybe 150 years, somebody was walking along this path with a large container or a bucket or something that was full of molten lead. Now, why were they doing that? I don't know. Maybe they had some molds set up here and they were pouring the lead into molds to make musket balls or tools or things they needed to, you know, repair something on the farm. But I know someone walked along here with that bucket of hot lead. And this is why. You've seen me dig these here before. I call those splats, but basically those are big lead droplets. They fell from a bucket or a spout that had molten lead in it, and they hit the ground, they splattered out, and then they cooled, and they've been waiting there ever since. And interestingly, they seem to be in a line along the edge of this path. There's one there by that rock, and there's one up there, and in earlier episodes I've dug some up there. So I think we can say that someone walked along this trail with a bucket of hot lead. I don't know why. Making musket balls is usually the go-to when we find things like that, but we don't know. It could have been anything. So I followed that trail of splats to this spot and started getting all kinds of kooky signals. And, well, here's what came up. We got a whole bunch of pieces of wire, as you can see. And then this, which is brass, this little tiny finial. It went on the end of something, see? Bringing flies. Went on the end of something. Little tiny piece of brass. I'm surprised I heard it with all that iron wire in there, but we did. That's interesting. I have no idea what that little finial is, but pretty neat. There's always a story. Yeah. I wonder what they were doing. Well, I'm going to poke along in here a little bit longer. It's getting a little bit late now. Sun's starting to get a little lower in the sky, and I don't have any bug spray on because I seem to be all out. And even though it's nice and cool today, you can see I'm wearing long pants and a sweatshirt. There are still bugs around. In fact, there's one crawling on my hand right now. So I'm going to end this here and see what else I can find right after I deal with Mr. Won't Leave Chuck Alone. Well, I worked my way along the cart path, and I found a second cart path, which I'm sure I must have spotted once before. It sort of wides off and goes off in this direction. So I'm going to putter along this one. I'm positive I've hunted it before, but I just did get a nice big loud target, and I dug it, and I wouldn't call it a treasure, but it's a relic, and it's interesting. Have a look. It appears to be some kind of an escutcheon. See that? And it looks like, I mean, I can see that it's bent, but it looks like it went around something. Not sure what, though. It's big. Could be part of a wagon. Could be the butt plate of a rifle, maybe? I don't know. With all the rust deposits on it, I'm going to say it's probably iron. I rubbed it with a brass brush. You can see some of the natural metal underneath, but that looks like rust to me. But yeah, it originally had 4 holes on it, and it was nailed onto something. Not sure what. It's cool though. I'll definitely take it. Interesting little piece of history. All right. Yeah, it's the shadows are getting long. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, we're getting some long shadows. I know I've hunted on the other side of this rock pile. Many episodes ago, I dug a big, like wheelbarrow wheel over there. It had all the spokes on it. I forget what episode it was. Anyway, so maybe this is another piece of that wheelbarrow. All right, well, I call that a relic. I call that cool. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way along this little cart path, see if anything else turns up, and then we'll make our way out of here because it's getting late. Whew! 1806 straight bust half cent. I'm still over the moon on that one. All right, it's a little sloppy, but next to the straight bus half cent that I had earlier, this is the best signal I've had all day since then. It is peeping up into the 20s, 21, 22 on the Knox, which we expect for like your pennies. Pennies in the 20s. And it seems to be right here at the edge of this rock. Something in there. I'm going to shut my headphones off so you can hear it. I have already dug here 2 bottle caps. So there has been some modern activity here. Hear that peep? It sounds really good. 21, 3 bars. Right down in there somewhere. Something else kind of cool I noticed here, just for those of you who love the nature. Look at this rock. Built up in layers and then slowly worn down by weathering. Each little layer has become exposed over time. Looks like a topographic map of a hill, doesn't it? Isn't that beautiful? God, the world is fascinating. All right, so we're going to dig this. And I guess we're going to dig it live. No guarantees, folks. But hopefully you can see this area right here that I'm working in. All right. So we were getting 3 bars, which implies some kind of depth. But this is all pine needles, so there's no telling. Oh, sure sounds nice, doesn't it? Let's see. Yeah. It's in one spot. I really hope you can see this from that angle. It is isolated. It is isolated. It is not big. It's not spread out all over the place. It's isolated, and it still has some depth on it. So I'm going to move this rock a little bit. And it's right there. I'll move this rock a little bit. Yeah, it's right down in there. All right. Yeah, I feel like you can't see that. I'm going to try to move you. Perfect. Except for that. This ground is so... It's just all, you know, like peat, like, you know, just rotten pine needles and wood, like old rotten pieces of wood and stuff. So it's all soft and spongy. Should go in. We don't want to touch it with the blade. So we want to, like, move to the left of it. Just shift it. There we go. Okay. Alright. Kind of feel like I need to take this other rock out of the ground, but maybe not. We'll see if we can get it without doing that. Alright. Is it in my hand? No. Oh, holy crap. What is that? Okay, not a coin, but I see writing. Wow, what is that? It's something. Maybe nothing important. Let's see. You guys still with me? Good, yeah, you are. Look. See that? A dog tag, maybe? Let's see. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Oh, well, how old? Maybe not such a relic after all. I love my bulldog. Oh, man. It's pewter. 1982. Wow, it's a relic. Oh, look at this, so cute. Alright, you know what? Okay, it's not a relic, it's not old, but it has a lot of personality. I like it. That's pretty cool. Well, someone loved their bulldog back in the 80s. And, you know, how can you not love a bulldog? Alright. Sigh. Sure sounded good. Ooh, I hope this isn't a grave. I don't want to find the rest of the bulldog in there. No, I don't think it is. But more likely they were walking their dog out here and the tag fell off. Alright. Still working my way down this cart path. On my way out. Definitely on my way out. Alright. My Chuckin Dirties. Gotta clean this up now. Put all these rocks back, patch this up, make it look nice. Don't you worry about that. Chuck always picks up after himself. Well, it's getting closer to 6, I think, so it's been a good long day, and I am pooped. But we had a good day. Nothing beat that first find, but still, interesting day, beautiful country, wonderful place to walk, and it's cool today. Nice breeze, not too many bugs. There were bugs in the woods, but other than that, not too bad. Anyway, let's have a look at what we found. Let's see. So we found the lead splats, the little brass finial, this little bulldog keychain thing or collar thing, a little tiny horseshoe nail, dinner knife, iron, very old, some kind of a scutcheon or a butt plate, not sure. This is half of a scythe handle, I think. This looped around the scythe, and then there was a handle coming off of here. I think that's what that is, a fragment of a scythe handle. We have 2 coins. We have a modern dime. We have a wheat penny. Beautiful patina on the back. Front looks pretty normal. I don't know what the date is, to be perfectly frank. I'm not sure what the date is. Ah, well, it's a wheat penny. How good can it be, right? And then finally, of course, the find of the month. Not just the find of the day, but this lovely, this tremendous 1806 draped bust. Half cent. What an amazing piece of history. And the homeowner said I could have it, so those people, they are so sweet. They're very, very good to me. I'm going to put together a little display case of finds for them. I've been pulling stuff out of this place for 2 years now. Seems to me time to give something else back. So we'll put together something nice for them. I'll take a couple of weeks and do it right, you know. Anyway, beautiful day, wonderful hunt. That's that modern clad dime. That was the real. I was way out in the woods. I was in an area where I've dug a lot of Indian head pennies over the last 2 years. And I got that high tone, and I was like, ooh, maybe it's going to be a seeded dime. No, it's just a modern dime. And I was like, ah! Oh, well, there you go. Anyway, I had a wonderful time. I hope you had a wonderful time. I'm grateful that you joined me. I hope you'll click like and subscribe and join me on the next time. Chuckin.